Hello everyone, this is Vicki here for Simple Stories, and I'm designing today with the Let's Get Crafty kit collection, and I love this one. This is for all you crafty ladies out there, and gentlemen of course. And I've got this Simple Stories page template design, which is 2x2 squares, and this is meant for people who want to have a simple design and cut all your photos to one size and do a grid with them. But I thought I would use this in a slightly different way. My photo that I'm using is of my craft room, and I have a big Kallax unit, as many of us crafters do, for my crafting supplies. And I thought this was just like a Kallax unit, and I wanted to create this on my page. So I just used some washi tape to stick it down and drew all the squares inside. And now I'm going to use my craft knife just to cut those squares out, leaving myself with a white frame and 16 squares. Okay, so I've got that, and I'm going to use this teal colour paper on the background, and this colour is called Pool, P-O-O-L, and it matches perfectly with the collection. So I'm going to use that as the background because you'll see in my photo there's sort of a tealy colour inside my unit. So I have the walls white and I have the teal inside, and so it's sort of like my craft room. So I stick that down with foam, just stick back foam, and I've got a dimensional Kallax unit. So now it's time to fill it up. So there's so much in this collection. I mean, I could have filled up a 50 unit Kallax with everything that's here. So yeah, this was not difficult to fill up, let me tell you. So I'm going through lots of different things, make it look like a crafter's room. You know, sometimes we have projects that we hang up, sometimes we just have paints and papers. So, you know, that banner at the top, My Happy Place, is sort of like a homemade project that you might make and hang up in your craft room. And then there are books and sewing things and tools and pens and yeah, all sorts. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my papers, and I decided that I would do little rolls of paper because I thought this would be the easiest way to do that. So I pull out a couple of different colours, and I'm going to just cut some strips just to make sure that they're within the 2 inches that my squares are. And I'm going to roll them around this narrow paintbrush, using some glue to stick at one end, cut them off, and then I just have a little roll. And I'm going to do a little stack of rolls within my square. So I will cut through that, but I do a stack here, and then I do some standing up towards the top of the page as well. And this shows my paper, but it also adds a lovely amount of texture to my page. So I was really happy with how this turned out. There we go. This is my final little roll that I'm making here. And you can see I've just sort of not filled the squares with them, but just put them in the squares. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. I love how that looks. I'm going to fussy cut this little tote from one of these papers that I've just used, and also a sewing machine. And those are things that we have in our craft room, of course. And what am I doing now? I'm just going to cut a little basket here for my... Oh, no. First of all, I'm doing another roll. I just felt like I needed an extra roll here. There we go. And I had some paper that was the right size, so I just thought I may as well use it up. That's what I'm doing here. Okay. Next up, just cutting some little squares of foam because I'm going to put some of those little ink stickers down, those vintage ink stickers that are there. They look like inks that many of us have in our stash, and I thought they were pretty cute. So I pick out 5 of those and do a little display of those in one of the cubes. Oh, they're so cute. I love this collection so much. There we go. Brilliant. What else have I got here? much. Oh, these are little files, you know, like albums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick together 5 albums overlapping each other, so it looks like a little, you know, little shelf of them. And I actually really like how that turns out. I don't end up leaving it at the top, but I do use it. I think that's really cute. What else have I got in here? There's so much, so much. And you know. Right, okay, so I'm going to start to stick things down. I'm going to skip through a little bit there because I did a lot of sticking in that section, and you all know how to stick things. And I think about using this Crafty title, which I am going to use there. I think that looks really sweet. Still looking for other bits and pieces. I have to cut the ends off slightly on that chipboard so it sticks in my cube. And make a little basket there for those tools. Just cut that freehand. Okay, so I've skipped through again. There's been some more sticking in the meantime. And things are really starting to come together. I love how this looks. I found this paper then afterwards, and I hadn't noticed it before, but this is very similar to the idea that I had here. That looks like a Calyx unit as well, with all bits and pieces in. So, so that was pretty cute. And I decided to cut out some albums from there and also a couple of boxes to put in instead of the typewriter that I had in there originally, just because the typewriter was just that little bit too small to fill the space. So I decided not to use him in the end. Okay, so I'm just sticking those down. I put the albums on foam back tape, and I put the boxes flat to the page, just to show a bit of dimension between the two. Okay, so I'm still working on adding some little words. I've got scrappy and happy, and I need all the things, and my stash all going in there. And this is just the sewing machine that I fussy cut earlier, just putting some foam on there to give some dimension to that. And I love how that looks. Who wouldn't want a pink and orange sewing machine? Okay, still sticking, still sticking. I decided to mount my photo on this pink paper, which is just like my one of my mats that I have. It's just meant to look like that. I love it. Really good idea. I'm just going to mount my photo on there and just distress the edges a little bit to add a bit of extra texture to the page. That's just a regular edge distresser I have there. Okay. So I'm going to put some foam on the back of my photo, and then I'm going to stick that down. I'm going to put some tape and some glue on there just so it grabs well onto my page, because it's not going completely flat on all the areas there. And then Crafty is obviously my title, which I'm going to stick just there onto the white so that you can read it. And getting near the end now. I get some thread. I decided to put some thread on here, and I originally think I'm going to put it behind my photo, but I actually don't put it there in the end. I put it in the sewing section, which kind of makes sense, right? So I tuck it in there behind the embellishments that I've already got on. I just use my scissors to help me tuck that in. And I squirt a bit of glue in there to hold it. And that's it. I think the final layer is coming. There it is. I hope this has given you some ideas on how to use your Let's Get Crafty kit. Not that any of us need any ideas, because we have, you know, we all know what all these things are, and we love using them. So there's some close-ups there as well for you to take a look. Please do let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. And also, please, if you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that greatly. And thank you so much for watching. This has been Vicky for Simple Stories. Until next time, bye-bye.